God isn't just running a rescue operation. He is covenanting with his beloved people. The church is the bride of Christ, as Paul says in Ephesians 5. God's people anticipate the Lamb's marriage supper, Revelation 19. And so for this reason, the gospel isn't simply good news. It is a love song. It is the story of a good king who marries the bride he has always loved. Psalm 45 is a poem about this marriage. It is a love song, as the superscription calls it. It portrays a traditional Hebrew wedding processional in which the groom gathers the bride from her family's home to be united in a joyful celebration. But the psalm is more than an ancient Near Eastern wedding toast to an anonymous king of Israel and his bride. The love song looks ahead to Jesus. The book of Hebrews says that verses 6 and 7 are God's own words to his son, Hebrews 1, 8 and 9. Jesus is the kingly bridegroom whose name will be remembered in all generation, who is eternally praised by the nations, Psalm 45, verse 17 says. He is the ideal groom. He is the most handsome, verse 2 says, but not merely in appearance. His speech is gracious. He's a powerful protector. He is victorious in the cause of truth and meekness and righteousness, verse 4 says. He is discerning. He loves righteousness and hates wickedness. He's glad. Even his smell is attractive, Psalm 45 says. Clearly then, the bride can stop searching for her true love. She's told in verse 11, "Forget your people and your father's house, and the king will desire your beauty." The gospel is like that, like also the question put to Rebekah about Isaac, "Will you go with this man?" Genesis 24, verse 58. And of course, Rebekah went because he loved her, as verse 67 says. The call to discipleship is like the call to marriage. In comparison to our love for Christ, we must hate even father and mother, Jesus says in Luke 14, verse 26. But this is not a loss because we are bound in a loving union with Christ. The gospel isn't merely a legal exchange like the payment of a ransom to release hostages. It is an invitation to be eternally joined to the most lovely, gracious, mighty, victorious, just, true, meek, and joyful of all partners. God loves his bride. And our hearts, following the example of Psalm 45, should, as verse 1 says, overflow with a pleasing theme, telling Christ what we love about him who first loved us. Here is Psalm 45. To the choir master, according to Lilies, a maskil of the sons of Korah, a love song. My heart overflows with a pleasing theme. I address my verses to the king. My tongue is like the pen of a ready scribe. You are the most handsome of the sons of men. Grace is poured upon your lips. Therefore God has blessed you forever. Gird your sword on your thigh, O mighty one, in your splendor and majesty. In your majesty ride out victoriously for the cause of truth and meekness and righteousness. Let your right hand teach you awesome deeds. Your arrows are sharp in the heart of the king's enemies. The peoples fall under you. Your throne, O God, is forever and ever. The scepter of your kingdom is a scepter of righteousness. You have loved righteousness and hated wickedness. Therefore God, your God, has anointed you with the oil of gladness beyond your companions. Your robes are all fragrant with myrrh and aloes and cassia. From ivory palaces, stringed instruments make you glad. Daughters of Zion are among your ladies of honor. At your right hand stands the queen in gold of Ophir. Hear, O daughter, and consider, and incline your ear. Forget your people and your father's house, and the king will desire your beauty. Since he is your Lord, bow to him. The people of Tyre will seek your favor with gifts, the richest of the people. All glorious as the princess in her chamber, with robes interwoven with gold. In many colored robes she is led to the king, with her virgin companions following behind her. With joy and gladness they are led along as they enter the palace of the king. In place of your fathers shall be your sons. You will make them princes in all the earth. I will cause your name to be remembered in all generations. Therefore nations will praise you forever and ever.